Hey all, my name is Kurt and I'm here with Trenton. Welcome to SLB Basement Bourbon Bar. And today, Trenton, we are back in action with our Bourbon Madness Tournament 2023.
Rounds 5 and 6, I think. I'm getting off thrown off because I can't edit the videos, and I gotta have Michelle do it.
And I haven't been watching them, looking at them, or anything else, so I don't either. But your mother told us that this is 5 and 6, so she's probably right.
Let's hope it is.
I think it is. Again, as we always say, and we'll be consistent through this whole tournament, Trenton and I have no idea of the bottles that are even in the tournament. All we know is it's cask strength bourbon. So evidently, after that, we have no idea what's in the glasses as well.
I thought it was going to be a little bit harder to not look.
Yeah.
But the first video, I was like, man, I want to know what went forward. But after that, it's just kind of been...
Yeah.
It is weird not being able to check comments and like any analytics on the videos at all.
Yeah, that is a little strange. And I always, I know you have been and I do too. I breeze down real quick just to make sure there's no scammer bots on there.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I know you've raced a few of them and I raced a few of them, but I have not read anything. So I have not paid attention to any of that. We're just out here...
living our best life.
You can say that. I guess so.
So we got round 5. That is what is up here right now. Who's going first?
You went first last time, so I'm going first this time.
All right.
I figured we could switch it up.
Good luck.
Hang in there. Wow, you're just walking off on me.
I'm just going.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess we're not going to cut. We're just going to go right here with me. Fun. All right, honey. I don't remember which one I went with last. I'm just going to go with A. Is A on my right hand?
It is.
A is on my right hand. So we're going to check out A. Nice. Nothing really stands out to me. It's a little bit hot in the nostrils. A light caramel, maybe a little bit of honey, but nothing overwhelming. That's interesting. At first sip, I have to say that wasn't my favorite sip of the tournament.
Okay.
Let me take another sip here. It's pretty decent. Second sip was a little bit better. I did have a little sip before we started this, but this is cask strength, so got to get the palate adjusted to that. Again, light caramel. Same thing I found on the nose, actually. Light caramel, honey, a little bit of oak there. One more just to make sure. I have to say a lot better than the first sip, though. All right. All right, we're going to get into Class B. See what we have over here. A little bit darker on the nose. I got some toffee. Nothing real deep and rich, but that I can tell at the moment. But a nice vanilla note in there too. Some toffee. Pretty nice. All right, I'm going to have one more sip, but boy, that was really good. Class B seems to me like everything good about cask strength bourbon. The reason why they made cask strength bourbon. Nice and creamy. It's not super deep and rich, but that toffee, caramel, vanilla, it's just lovely. Really nice. One more sip.
You didn't dribble today.
Not yet, but this video isn't over with. All right, honey, to me, for tonight anyways, I'm hoping I'm not making a big mistake, but to me, the obvious choice is B.
All right, as we go into round 5, I hope that I haven't disappointed anybody with my selections.
You have. I'm not
I have?
lie. Yeah.
Oh, no. Well, that's rough. Also, we are standing off to the side that we're usually on. The mic is like right here, and we got some. I've heard some people say that you can hear our swallowing a lot, and it's disgusting. So we're gonna eliminate that as best as we can. I can't promise you won't be able to hear it because Kurt and I aren't here to talk to each other, but we'll do the best that we can to get that out. Is this A? Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's really not, for me, there's not much of a difference in the nose that I can really get. Maybe B is a little bit sweeter, but I don't think I really got much of anything on A, to be honest. It's oaky. Maybe it's a little bit harsh on the nose. Okay. There's no way that I could be right on this because I've said before in a previous round that there was some Jim Beam-esque flavors in this. I want to say that I got a little bit of that in glass A, but it's not typical for, at least in my experience, to have a Jim Beam product that really doesn't follow through with a little bit of punch at the end. I do get some tobacco-y kind of earthy tones on the palate for this one. For A, but it doesn't. The finish to me doesn't scream like a Jim Beam. If I had to guess what it is. Interesting. Wow. When I was walking downstairs, Kurt goes, "Good luck. That's a tough one," and I gotta kind of agree with him on this. To me, there's no super defining characteristics on the nose or the palate. B on the palate maybe a little bit more, but for me on the palate, A is a little bit. I mean on the nose, on the palate for A, I get just a little bit more than I do on B, which I wouldn't have expected going into it. Yeah, I don't know if there's a Booker's in this matchup, but if I had to guess what A was, I would guess it's a Booker's. It's a little bit tannic that you might get from a younger Jim Beam product, which I've gotten in the past. And I know that Booker's are about 7.5 years old. Yeah, this is a tough one. I think I'm going to have to go with B for this round, for round 5.
Okay.
Bring in Kurt.
All right, buddy. I don't know about you, but I hate to say these things, but that was kind of like a no-brainer. Was it for you?
On the nose, I was going to go a different way than I had the palate, and then I went the complete opposite of what
Really?
Yeah, to me, the nose and the palate for both were in their own lane. Yeah. But the palate was better on one for me. I don't know what you ended up.
Yeah, I don't either.
Don't tell me.
But I have to say, there's a few rounds that I've had where, like, I think actually on one of them, if I remember right, I even told your mom, I said, "You got a quarter? Let me flip a quarter."
This was pretty close to flipping a quarter. I almost said that out loud.
Did you not? This one, no. This one here, I was kind of definitive, and that's what makes it scary for me.
Ooh, okay.
I like the ones that are so close. I mean, I don't. You have to pick one regardless.
Yeah.
But to me, I was pretty definitive, and that's what makes me a little nervous. I mean, was I definitive on the right choice or not? But hey, that's what I did.
I wonder if we were kind of unanimous with our results on this one. I guess we'll find out in a couple weeks.
Yes, we will.
But we will clear these off, and we'll start round 6.
And I'll try not to dry these out with a day-old towel or something like
Please
that.
Please don't. Get a paper towel or something.
All right, we'll be right back.
A few moments later.
All right, we're back. Trenton, we have a brand new round in front of us. I guess this is, honey, round 6?
6.
Yep, okay. And all I know is one's darker than the other.
100%. One looks like honey and one looks like maple syrup.
There you go. So I don't know what's going on with that. Of course, we don't know the bottles that were even chosen. So that's all. That's all we know is one's darker than the other.
I kind of hope one is a honey finish and one's a maple finish. I don't think we have any cast strength versions of those down here. So
yeah, unfortunately,
building it up in my head.
I don't think so, buddy. But guess what? This is your round to go first. So,
Adios.
all right, man. We're going to cut. Trent's going to lay on his expertise.
Yeah, right. All right, I usually start with A, but this time I want to start with B, the darker of the bunch. I think this is letter B. You can definitely tell that A is a lot lighter than B is. It's really kind of rich. Honestly, I know that I said maple syrup before, but it kind of ooh, no. Little coffee or something, a little maple syrup maybe. Something that Elf might drink for breakfast in the morning.
Okay.
You know, the spaghetti and the maple syrup.
Yeah.
Kind of my jam. That's really nice. Almost a sawdust kind of thing too, a little bit. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. Ooh, this is nice and light. I get a little... Okay, I think I built this off my head because I do get a little honey on this one. Really light. Almost has a... to me, a little bit of a malty kind of aspect to it. In a way. Nice light caramel and oak as well. So, let's see how this goes. Okay. Interesting. That's actually pretty oaky. To me, maybe it tastes a little bit young. If I had to guess, there's some aspects of a younger oak that I kind of get on the palate. I could be completely wrong, but you know, that's what makes it fun, right? I'm surprised too with the darkness of it that I'm getting that. So I might have to rethink that, but I would almost anticipate that this one's maybe a little bit younger. Okay, yeah, that is pretty young, I think. I kind of think I know what I'm going to go with off the bat. This one's nice. It has some pretty strong vanilla, honestly. A little bit of oak, but it's more of a. You can tell it's kind of a younger product. It's either that or it's just an interesting bitter tannic oak that I get from it. I don't know. To me, that seems a little bit young. This is really rich and dark on the nose. It's really... I'm not a huge Wild Turkey fan, but honestly, this seems like some Wild Turkey or Russell's thing just based on that pretty strong oak presence that you get on the nose. Yeah, I know I went with B last round, but I'm also going to go with B this round.
Okay.
All right, we're back. All I know is that didn't take Trenton that long to figure that one out, did it, honey?
After a sip of each,
Okay.
he pretty much knew.
Okay. All right, let's get into it. Last time I started with A, but you know what, honey? I've been switching them off. I'm going to start with A again.
Okay.
How's that sound to you? Let's see what we got over here. Well, this is nice and sweet, sugary. Yeah. It's got a little bit of that creme brulee, a little bit. I said it right. I know. I thought about it, but more of the burnt sugars, lighter, a little bit lighter on the nose. It's not my favorite. That one there seems to be a little bit astringent. A little bit youthful. Definitely has a sourness to it for me. All right, honey. Let's get into B. Almost has a coffee note. Mocha on the nose. That's pretty good. That one there for me, right at the front of the palate, has some sweetness of a maple syrup type. Then it gets a little earthy. Possibly that mocha or that coffee note, maybe even a little bitter chocolate coming through. But on the back end, one more sip on the back end, I get a beautiful barrel char note that I really, really like. Yeah. Yeah, very good. Definitely for me, honey, on this one. B. All right, pal. I'm very, very nervous because
I'm winded from walking down the stairs.
sure you are. You're just a kid. What are you talking about?
All this bourbon knowledge in my head, it takes a lot to go down the steps these days,
Hey, yeah, as big as your head's getting, that's for sure. I can,
There's only so much room in the stairwell.
Lord help us. I'm a bit nervous, I have to admit, because those were 2 rounds. I was pretty. The first round we just did, I was pretty definitive. The second round, I was very definitive, and that makes me a little nervous. But
Really? Why?
I don't know.
This last round to me was like
Well, good. So at least
first sip. I pretty much had a good idea.
for the most part, yeah, mine too.
First round was probably one of the toughest that I've had so far. At least I
Really?
don't know about you.
Yeah, not really. I kind of knew what I was doing there, but I'm going to say that in air quotations.
Probably a good idea.
I will tell you this. My first sip tonight was one of the worst sips I've had in the whole tournament.
Really?
I hate to even say that out loud, but I found it not so good for me.
The first one of the last round?
Of this round right here, the first sip that I had. Yeah, I didn't like it so much.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh boy. I might be eating those words by the wrap-up video.
Oh man, this live stream needs to get here.
Yes,
For real.
It's got to be
I'm like the edge of
interesting.
my seat.
All right, that's all we got for you today, boy. We sure appreciate you. And as always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. We'll see you next time right down here with Trent and I in a good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.